Every time y'all pull my credit, it drops. I'm a 548 now after you add these two together.
You can rip these things apart with your bare hands.
Right now, I'm arguing with them, so I'm not going to make a payment in the middle of an argument.
It's a mix of clips today. Bad credit, missed payments, and even a repo. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike, and here we talk about money, cars, avoiding debt, and keeping more of your paycheck. If that sounds good, hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment.
You got a truck, and the other dealerships don't want to take it in on trade?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I have no clue. They come in, they test drive the truck, and they do their little inspection. They come back and say the truck's good. We never even speak numbers. They bring trucks out to me to show me. I was like, look, guys, y'all are pulling my credit. Every time y'all pull my credit, it drops. I'm a 548 now after you add these two together. I tell them my biggest thing is I can't exceed 600 a month. I'm paying 460 on this, so I'm going up quite a bit.
Yeah. How long did you say you had this one?
3 years. The out the door was 26.7, I believe. I put 10 down. It dropped it to 16.
Got it.
Your credit score doesn't drop that much from a few hard inquiries. He wouldn't have had great credit to begin with. It should only fall a few points each time it's run, and it recovers pretty quickly.
What kind of truck are you trying to get?
Anything other than a Dodge, anything other than a Ram. I'm telling you, man, I've had nothing but bad luck out of them.
We're going to put this on TikTok, and the Ram guys are going to start bashing us.
I don't give a damn.
Remind me, what is this truck again?
2015 Ram, 4x4 V6.
Text me back some pictures of the truck, the VIN number, and we'll start from there.
Sounds great.
Perfect. I'll text you right now.
All right.
Let me know your thoughts on the Dodge Ram. At my last job, there were a few, and I enjoyed driving them. The only issue was lights on the dash. Always on. Check engine light on every truck. I'd take them to the mechanic, but within a week, they'd be back on. I'm starting to wonder if it was just the mechanic.
All right, buddy. I've got it pulled up. I saw the pictures. It's a good-looking truck.
The pictures that I sent was before the dent in the front fender.
How bad is that dent?
When I was out at the deer lease and I slid off our deer lease road into the ditch, my cattle guard hit one of the trees and the cattle guard hit the fender.
Okay. Well, I just pulled the payoff on you, 13,962. Just for math sakes, let's say your truck's worth 10. You've got some negative there. And I haven't seen your credit yet, so that's going to be my next thing. I know you've already done it a couple times, but we probably should do an application. So far, I'm not at the point where I'm going, well, we can't do anything. I don't know what these other guys are seeing. I don't like what they're saying.
I don't either, dude. I want somebody to be upfront and honest with me. I'm willing to drive the 4 hours to come see you.
If there are no major issues with the truck, it makes more sense to stick with it and pay it off. It sounds like he's on a tight budget, so buying a new one probably isn't the best idea. I owned one Dodge truck about 20 years ago and never had any issues with it.
There's 3 vehicles that you got there on the internet. I can come up with 1,500 by Friday. I got that 2020 Chevy Custom.
Yep, it was a company truck. When he retired, his boss flipped him the keys and said, here you go. Congratulations on your retirement. He serviced it regularly. That's a great truck.
That is the truck that I would like to get into.
Okay, I just sent you a link to our application. Fill that out. I'll get to work on this right now.
All right, buddy. I appreciate
You
it.
betcha.
He can only come up with a $1,500 down payment by Friday, so he's not in great shape. He's got a low credit score and he's going to lose thousands of dollars on the Ram. This is not a good idea.
I've got good news. We've got it all approved with just your $1,500 down, paying off your trade, 72 months at $649. Obviously,
Call my boss on that one.
yes, sir.
My wife, I'm doing what she told me because she does the bills. I'm just going based off what she tells me.
Yep.
At one point, she told me no more than $625 a month.
Okay.
Let me see if I can twist the wife into it.
I don't want to sound like I'm pressuring you, but if this approval expires, I might not be able to get it reapproved.
I mean, if it was up to me, I'd already be on my way too.
Well, I don't want to get you in trouble with the wife.
Happy wife, happy life.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
All right, man. Give me 30 minutes.
No worries. Yes, sir.
That comes out to $46,728. I know trucks are expensive, but that's a lot of money for a used vehicle. If he could make that Ram work by putting a couple grand into it, that would make much more sense. Or maybe Rams are just money pits? Let me know your thoughts. He could pay that thing off in a short time and save himself tens of thousands of dollars.
All right, this is the other side. Not as bad up there, but it's got a big dent. Well, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, dude. You can rip these things apart with your bare hands. It's crazy, right? Rip it right apart, baby. Crazy.
I miss having a truck. I'm not looking to buy one, but I always browse on Marketplace. So many of the reasonably priced ones have major rust issues like this.
Let's see what happens. Yep. Not as bad as the last one, but definitely not good. See that? You can stick your finger like right through it. Ooh, it feels wet back there too. I can feel it literally wet as hell back there. Yep, GM baby, like a rock.
Prices for vehicles, but especially trucks, are insane. And this is what happens without proper upkeep. I'm planning on getting rust proofing done this month just because of these clips.
The manhunt continues with GMC and Chevy because we've got another truck here that's a perfect example of what kind of garbage the tiny little filter is. So why in the heck would Chevy say use this same filter for what these manufacturers are saying use these filters for the same service intervals? It does not make sense. This filter will not hold up, and it will not filter like these do to create a long-lasting engine in a big truck like this. And for even comparison, we're doing an engine on a GMC Canyon that has the 3-liter Baby Max engine in it.
You have to wonder why they have that smaller filter on them. It's almost like they want these vehicles not to last as long as they could.
Even that filter is bigger than one that's for a bigger engine. All you have to do is thread this stupid little thing off and put this big bad boy on there and get better oil filtration, longer engine life, and all that for just a simple oil filter change. This really is probably the best bang for your buck on an L5P or any new Duramax is this. Go to our website, check it out. This is a great product. We don't change oil on a Duramax without doing this upgrade.
Let me know your thoughts on this one. Would you go with that standard Chevy oil filter or upgrade? I think I'd spend a few extra dollars for the larger one. Feels like they want these vehicles to break down so they can sell you a new one.
Obviously, all good things about the car coming in and being in transit. Just we had a little bit of challenge with mom's credit. I guess some stuff was a little bit late. And
So what's late, though? I'm confused.
one of the Mercedes accounts is 18 days past due.
So what? So what? That's not really reporting on a credit.
So Mercedes-Benz is the lender, and then they're going to be the lender on the new deal. So if you're 18 days late with them and the credit card's late as well, according to their guidelines and the way they do.
What credit card? Is a credit card late too?
Yeah, so one of the credit cards, well, one of the Mercedes loans or leases that you guys have, I didn't look into it, is 18 days late.
If you could run in my sister's name, talk to her. I don't know what her actual number is. So if the deal cannot be done with my mom, I mean, you have no other choice but to go that route. My sister's credit, I don't know anything about her deal.
Okay.
I know she's rebuilding her credit. She went through a divorce. I don't know where she's at.
Let me talk to your sister, ask her, but
It's funny. A lot of clips on this channel, people don't think being late or a missed payment is a big deal. It shows you're irresponsible with money or simply can't afford it. Your credit score takes a hit, the next time you borrow, it's going to cost you more.
I mean, we may be doing the same thing if she has issues.
Mercedes has the problem with the 18 days, then it is what it is. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? That's Mercedes rules. Let them do what they got to do. You try to work your best, see if my sister can do it.
But look,
and
if
we'll
you,
go from
just so
there.
you know, if you pay the payment and pay your credit card or her credit card, you may not have a problem.
I am going to pay it, but right now I'm arguing with them. So I'm not going to make a payment in the middle of an argument. If they don't do the right thing, guess what? They can stick it up there. The card, they can keep it. I don't even want it.
Let me tell them the little bit of the reason why you took the initiative of not paying it.
Okay, let me know.
I'm on it, brother.
And then if not, again, we'll try my sister. That would be the last case scenario.
Yeah.
Then after that, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
No, I'll find somebody on the street. I'll drag him in here, make him sign for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye.
Not making your payment because you're angry is only going to cost you more later on. Your interest rate will be higher, your credit will drop, it's just not worth it. He's mad at them and screwing himself over.
Side effects of missing car payments include unexpected Uber rides. We're going on a repo mission.
God damn it. I guarantee there's going to be damage or something we don't like on this car. At least an empty tank. No, he's moving?
Yeah, where he moving? So he's coming through here.
Oh my God, please pull up the McDonald's, please. I really want to get some chicken. My man driving like a freaking Formula 1 driver right now.
There it is. That's the car. That's the car, guys. Honda Civic right there.
Turn around and block him in.
You gotta pull up on me like that.
Yeah, we
You're
do.
not answering me, bro. I need the car back. Money up, bro. I've been calling you all day, all
I'm
yesterday.
not gonna answer and tell you I don't got no money for you. We need transparency. We need communication, bro.
One thing I learned early on when I was in debt and money was tight is keep in contact with your creditors. If you're in debt right now and know you're going to miss a payment, call them. Call before it's due and explain the situation. That's all they want, and they appreciate the honesty.
No, get your stuff out and get an Uber. We gave you too many chances.
I've been behind how many times and I still always catch up.
Bro, I'm not even trying to argue, bro. We just need the car back,
I
man.
understand that, but it's like, let me make my call so I can just at least have somebody get my stuff for me.
All right, we'll take the car. We'll drive you to where you got to go. I feel bad for the brother, so we're just going to take him back to his home. I'm going to take his stuff out of the car. Driving right now? We ain't got time for that drama. Look, we're outside of prison, bro. That's where we're going to drop him off. Drop him off right there.
We don't play no games.
Right there. You don't mess with us right outside the prison. We're going to make sure he gets forward on his payments, not up to payments, forward. Otherwise, we're not renting this dude a car.
This is one business I'd never want to be in. You rent out cars, people don't pay, and then you have to track them down. This guy doesn't make his payments, and he acts surprised that they want it back.
And you've been smoking in the car. We're going to add this in the contract that if we repo the car, we're going to take all your shit with it until we get our money back. Customer is now trying to call somebody to claim $500 of earnings where he can then dispense into our account so that we can claim it and let him stay in the vehicle. The question is, do we let him stay in the vehicle today? This is what I'm getting in from the King team, is that we don't take this type of bullshit. Not accountable for these days, right?
I was sitting in the car and they pulled up in the car talking about get the f out. And I can't be mad, it's their business. I need the car. You don't realize everything is in there, bro.
Tension's rising.
I take the car and never rent to him again. He has no business renting a vehicle if he can't make the payments. The funny thing is, he probably could have avoided all this if he just answered the phone when they called.
On Trip City, if you have to file a claim, you're working with a $2,500 deductible. It's not ideal. We have to chase the money ourselves from the customer. So if this guy decides he doesn't want to take accountability right now for the fact that he's 9 days late, he smoked in our car, short on his deposit, we're screwed. So yo, we are in one bar, gas signal showing, might not make it to the gas station. Dude, do you think this guy's bullshit right now? You think he's really trying to give us some money? All right, bro, we're getting out of here. If you want to make it right, send the money and we'll make it right with you.
Too many people are living paycheck to paycheck while trying to live beyond their means. It's much better to live well below for a while. Save money, invest, and build stability. That way, later on, you can live without the stress. I'm going to end the video here and ask you to hit that like and subscribe button, drop a comment below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.